the admissions. Going to academics, again, we have the exam schedule, we have the marks entry status, so which is how many exams have gotten marks entered. We're going to add more widgets, but these are the two that we have for academics. But there's a lot of stuff inside academics, right? One example we'd like to show you is the classes. So if you look at classes, this is one screen where you can pretty much manage all of your class setup. Right now, for a class, you can say whether the class is offered or not, sections, subjects, activities, teachers, and timetable. So again, I'll quickly walk you through the sections you have. You can simply add a section if you want. The subjects that you have, you can enable, disable subjects. You can specify, what languages are offered, if there are any optional subjects. You can even add, skills which we call sub-subjects. For example, if you have a class where instead of science you want to offer physics, chemistry, you can add skills. Then you can say physics. Then you can add chemistry, like that, and then you can basically conduct exams and marks at that level itself. And then you have activities. So the difference between subjects and activities is subjects are scholastic, activities are co-scholastic. So that's again another simple way of. And then you can do teacher mapping also, right? So if you have different sections and multiple teachers, so these are the sections you have created. These are the class teachers. These are the subject teachers. So for mathematics, for section A, for science section A, it's just a matter of selecting the name of the teacher from the drop down, and then it's automatically saved for you. And then same thing for activities as well. You basically select the teachers from the drop down, and then those changes are automatically saved. Okay? You can see the entire teacher mapping in one view for the classes. And then timetable, right? Now, if you have a timetable for your classes, you can basically create it like this. And then this will ultimately trigger a day view for the teachers and day view for the students, depending upon which class or what sections they are in, right? So again, this is just to show the power of, you come here and then you see the entire, setup for all your classes from one screen. And then, we have attendance, which is pretty straightforward again. You just go to a class, go to a section, get students, and then it will show you like an Excel view where, everybody will show as present, and all you have to do is just go in and then, see who's marked absent, and then save that. This will automatically send an SMS to your parents. And then now we will take a look at the class diary, where you can basically come here and then edit diary comments for your subjects, for your sections. You can even put attachments if you want. And all these notes will go into parents' app, and then they'll be able to see the diary notes and then guide their children from that point onwards. And then we've recently added this component called coursework, which is predominantly to support online classes and assignments. So if you see here, you can see that for each section and subject, you can create assignments. If you see, you'll see the list of assignments, and then if you go in there, and then you can edit an assignment. You can put material links, videos, documents, whatever you want. And then you can also upload an assignment sheet for your students to download from the parent app, and then work on those assignments and then submit them back. And then you can also see if there are any student submissions, that every student submission will come in here. You'll see a count of how many have submitted, how many total are there. And then you can even add comments here if depending upon that, and then put a status as well, right? So, and then we have just in the process of adding online class links as well. So if you want to use Google Meet or Zoom or something, you can basically specify what the online meeting link is, and then it will start to show up in the app so that people can just quickly join from the app itself without having to search for the URL and all that stuff. And then we're integrating with Google Meet as well. So with your authentication, the software can schedule calendar events for the classes, for the parents' email addresses and the teacher email address, and it will create a seamless joining experience for the classes as well, right? And then we have the most important aspect of the academics, which is the exam schedule. So we support a 4-level hierarchy for your exams. So let me just quickly take a look at show you that. So we have an academic year, obviously, and then within the academic year you have terms. And if you see here, for each class you can set up whatever terms you have. You can have any number of terms starting from one to, we've seen like people using 1 to 2 terms, but you can have 3, 4, or how many ever terms you want. Each term has evaluations. Again, this is just another way of structuring your exams. For CBSE, this is the structure followed. And then for SSC, you can have a different structure: summative assessments, formative assessments, kind of a module. And within evaluations, you have exams, and then exams have a schedule for each subject. So if you go to the exam schedule, sorry, you'll see that for each subject, for each evaluation, you can create for each exam type, unit test 1, unit test 2, you can create the exams, and then set a date, and then set a date for marks entry, so the teachers get a reminder about when to enter the marks, and then they'll be able to finish the marks. And then the next step is, once the exams are conducted, then you go to exam marks, and then you can quickly see. You can go here, and then you can take a look at the marks. You can edit them if they're not published. So you can go to enter marks. You can make edits if you want. Simple again, Excel-like interface. Very easy. It's automatically saved as you type. And then you can publish marks if you want to start sharing the marks with the parents. Again, very simple, easy to use interface, just like Excel. Right? And then under academics, the next thing is the promotions, which is, come the end of the year, you would like to promote all your students. You can take a look at the status of your promotions. You can go into a class, and then you can simply mark each student as pass or fail, and then be done with the promotions for the entire section in one shot. Again, when you promote students, if they pass, they go to the next class for the next academic year. If they fail, they continue in the same class for the next academic year. Right? And then we also have some bulk edit features in case you want to make some changes. And then ultimately, the most important aspect of your academics is your students. So our student section starts with a student search. So you can go here, you can search for a student by their admission number, or by their phone number, or by the name itself, right? So you can just type in anything that you want, and the search is done quickly, and then you go in, and then you see all the details of a student here. So this is, again, the way you've seen all the classes get managed from one screen. We want all aspects of a student to be managed from this one screen. We call this a Student Hub screen. So if you go here, you see there's an overview for the student, where we're giving the most recent marks they've obtained, or the performance, their health profile, their attendance, their parents, their payments and dues, and then the recent communication the school had with the parents, right? And then there's a profile, which is all of the demographic information, contact info, everything. All of that can be edited from the profile. Their academics, again, all the marks they've obtained, their optional subjects or language subjects, and you can even generate a report card from the screen itself if you want. Their ledgers, payment history, again, you can collect fees from here. You can see all of their details. You can print receipts, everything. All the communication you've had with the student, and also initiate new communication from here, the parent. And then what about documents? You can upload documents if they're coming from an older school, or you can generate new documents for them and share with them, or you can issue a TC from here itself, where issuing a TC will mark them as inactive, right? So that's a very, very quick view of what all you can do for the student. The idea is that when there is a parent-teacher meeting, the teacher and the parents sit in front of this screen and complete their entire discussion, make some changes, look at the academics, see how they're doing on the finances, there's the communication that needs to happen, upload any new documents, and finish up the meeting in one shot, right? Just want to quickly show you how our report card looks like. So you're having a parent-teacher meeting, and then you want to generate a report card and then talk to your parents. You can just directly do it from here. See the report card. It's generated with all the marks and grades and everything. It's a graph, and then their co-scholastic activity marks, and including a signature of the principal if you have configured your report cards to print the signatures also. It's that level of customization that we offer. So again, just to speak to how you can configure your report cards in the software, among all the other things, I just want to show you the report card settings. If you go here and edit it, so this is how a report card settings screen looks like. So you can come here and say you want to use your own letterhead instead of the software printing it. You can simply hide the header and then say I don't want to print a header. or you can include to hide, print the header, but you want to change the way it is appearing, you can change it. Again, these are all the tokens that we've talked about in the past, but the tokens are available right here. You can select whatever token you want, print it here, put it here, and then you can even do a, you want to say Hyderabad for whatever reason, and then do a preview. Hyderabad, it'll come here for you, right? We'll just undo it just to keep the demo good, right? Similarly, you can basically, hide attendance info or edit it if you want, or the health info, for example. You don't like the fact that there is no unit here. We can just add that and then do a preview, and then now your report card will start printing these things. And then for the actual report itself, we offer a few templates. Again, if you prefer a separate template, we can work with you to create those templates and make them available. And then you can choose to keep the graph, not keep the graph. Basically, you have all the power in your hands to deal with report cards. And similarly, the bunch of other settings that we have here. Other documents and all the setup that you need, attendance setup, everything can be customized at your level. Right? So that's the academics module.